good, y'all, and welcome to my review for Batman Cape Crusader. Finally got around to watching it, ladies and gentlemen, and this show was fucking amazing, man. I absolutely loved this first season, man. I don't know if we got any confirmation for a season 2 yet, but hopefully we do, because this obviously sets up some cool stuff that we can see in season 2, which I am really excited for. I won't say it because that's kind of a spoiler, but yeah, I'm excited for the show, man. This show was awesome, man, and I'm definitely hoping to get to season 2 because I really like where they ended this thing off at, what they were setting up for season 2, and I'm just excited because the show was so amazing that I want to see more of it. So let's just jump right in, right into the review. So the show stars Hamshi Linklater, if I pronounce that right. I feel like I'm not. Jamie Chung, is that the right Chung? Richie Bander, Mini Driver, and many more. And the plot of Batman Cape Crusader Season 1, in the grim Gotham City afflicted philanthropist Bruce Wayne goes beyond his human capabilities and transforms into an enigmatic figure, Batman. His crusade for justice brings out unexpected allies, but his action also leads to perilous consequences. First of all, man, the cast for the show is fantastic, man. Hamish, I feel like I'm saying the dude's name wrong. Hamish, he was great as Batman. I liked how he differentiated his voices for both Batman as well as Bruce. And I thought his Batman voice overall sounded really good. The rest of the cast as well, like Harley, Harvey Dent, Alfred, he was a big highlight for the show, man. He was awesome, man. But yeah, the cast was great alone, and actually also Yuri Lowenthal has a handful of episodes in here as voicing the side characters. My man Josh Keaton, the GOAT, has an appearance in the second to last episode, and also Roger Craig Smith is in there as well for a couple episodes as well, voiced Rand Stacker along with James Arnold Taylor. So there's a lot of my favorites of this show, man, which was kind of cool to hear them playing in like the various side roles of this show, man. But yeah, man. So the cast was great overall, man. I really love the art style for the show, man. I liked how it definitely feels like a modernized take of the animated series, which obviously I think was what the point they were going for with this show, with Bruce Timm obviously working on the show as an executive producer, and I believe he also developed the show himself. This definitely does feel like a spiritual successor to the animated series in that sense, man, and it sounded absolutely fantastic, man. Or it looked fantastic, man. The music is also fantastic as well, man. I love the music of the show. The music definitely had that same vibe as the animated series. I don't know if the composer also did work on the animated series or not. This was a different composer, but the music overall was great as well, man. The art animation I thought was pretty solid. Nothing too crazy, man. You're not getting no insane Sakuga here, man. You know, this is a Western production, not an anime series. So no Sakuga here, man. But the animation looked great as well, man. And overall, I just thought Batman was. I also love what they do with Batman in this show, man, because also Batman is definitely a very, I would say, different type of Batman than we typically see in most incarnations of him. Because one, we actually get to see him snap on Alfred for an episode, which was obviously like an oh shit moment, and he calls him Pennyworth throughout a good chunk of the series until the last episode. He just calls him Pennyworth for some reason instead of just calling him Alfred, which is weird because I don't think he's ever, at least in my experience from any of the movies, the cartoons I've seen, or anything like that, he has never called Alfred anything but Alfred. So it's kind of weird that he was calling him Pennyworth for this show, man. But I kind of get what they were going for at that right before that happened in the final episode, man. So I kind of get what they were going for with that. But we also have Batman straight up use the Batmobile and to hip attack a few of random guards in it, like he's fucking Oscar. He's draping a dude over a building while a train is coming right at him, man, which was kind of nuts. You know, man. Batman, he was not fucking around this episode, man. In this show, man. This is the Batman that did not fuck around, man. I love the intro for the show, man. It looks absolutely great. It's basically almost all reused footage from the actual show itself, not original animation for it. But the filter or whatever they did for the intro, man, looked amazing, man. I love the look of the intro, man. It looks absolutely fantastic. And it's so good that the show actually had a legitimate intro this time, rather than it just being, text only, fuck you. I'm glad to see the show had an actual real intro for the show, man. It looked absolutely amazing. Obviously the poster, the original poster that we had, which was the only artwork we had this until, Amazon probably picked up the show, man, because you guys remember that the show was originally supposed to go to HBO Max. They dropped it for whatever reason. Especially after watching the show, I don't know why they dropped this show, man. It looks fucking fantastic, man. And Yeah, and the show itself was amazing. So I don't know why HBO Max dropped it. They just let Amazon pick it up, but I'm just glad they did. The original poster looks amazing, man. I have to say, man. But yeah, I also just love the overall batch that they use. Obviously, it's very much ripped right out from his original incarnation from the early Detective Comics of the 40s, man. Minus the purple gloves, he's wearing black gloves this time, which would have been nice if they did go all out with it and give him the purple gloves. But the black gloves look good as well, man. I do wish we at least got maybe like one episode or one scene where he was wearing the purple glove, man. That would have been cool if we actually got to see the purple glove, man. Also, there's also like there was also a really nice episode, and one thing I also love about the show, man, is this is obviously a show that's definitely being its own thing, man. Like, this is definitely an Elseworlds type story, trying to do its own original thing with these DC characters and like reimagining a good chunk of them. Like I said before, Batman refers to Alfred as Pennyworth throughout a good chunk of it, and even snaps on him one time, man, which was kind of shocking to see, man. But I also liked how they changed up a lot of the villains for this show, man, and just overall, like there was an episode like with Harley Quinn, which we saw in the trailers, man. There was a Harley Quinn episode, and they actually implemented Batman's origin into that episode as well. With that episode, as where we get to see like flashbacks of what happened with Peter's parents, what happened with Bruce when his parents got shot, the immediate aftermath of that, and they really sell that Bruce is a traumatized child that just watched his parents get murdered. But probably the most ominous and just like oh shit moment of it is where we see it's like stormy outside. Bruce walks into Alfred's room and he just says, "I'm gonna make them pay. I'm gonna make them all pay." And he's like not blinking or anything, man. He's barely emoting. It's like, oh, fuck. Man, like that was probably one of the highlights of the show, man. Like the overall storyboarding and cinematography in the show, man, was really, especially during the second to last episode, episode 9, man. That episode was probably the best cinematography or storyboarding throughout out of the 10 episodes we got. But I liked how they differentiate some of the characters, like Harley. You guys know we see Harley Quinn, no Joker, although it does seem like they're setting up for him for season 2. So we have no Harley. So Harley Quinn is all by herself, man. She's just by herself. She isn't like there's no Joker attached to her. Penguin's a woman in this version, man. Barbara and Jim Gordon are both black. Which you guys know I typically don't. I'm usually against the race swapping. I just think it's pointless. But when it is something like this, where it is trying to be its own separate thing in an alternate separate universe, like this or like the Ultimate Universe in Marvel, I don't really mind it because that's kind of the point, man. You're trying to do your own thing, going off and splitting off into this different reality, this different universe. So, at that point, man, I don't really mind it at that current moment. But yeah, we have Female Penguin. That episode was really good, man. The Harley Quinn episode might have been one of my favorites, man. I think that in episode 9 and 10 might have been my favorite episodes, man. Those were some of my favorite episodes of the series, man. There's another episode where we actually get to see Dick, Jason, and Carly Cooper all make appearances, little cameo appearances, all as kids as part of this orphanage, which was kind of cool to see, like, three of the biggest named Robins. So, no. And as far as I saw, Tim Drake wasn't in there at all, man. At least I don't think he was. And obviously Damien wasn't there because, of course, Talia hasn't been introduced yet, man. So obviously Damien doesn't exist yet. But it was cool that we actually got to see Dick and Jason and Carly Cooper all make slight cameos in the series. But that was pretty cool to see them all show up in there, man. It was cool that we actually got, and Carly actually got a pretty cool moment as well, man, which I really liked as well. So it was kind of cool to see her, man. But yeah, hopefully maybe some seconds. Hopefully this series continues onward and gets multiple seasons. I would love for them to eventually introduce Robin. Whether they end up going in the lineup, it'll be Dick first, then Jason, then they'll go to Carly, or maybe they'll just pick one of the three, and maybe like the other two will make the other sidekicks or something. I don't know. Maybe they'll just go straight to Red Hood for Jason or something. I'm not sure, but overall, I thought that was a really nice episode, as well as that, man. But yeah, I love how they differentiate some of the different characters. Like Harley, I thought they did a really cool job with her, with how they did, how she was different here compared to how we typically see her, since there was no Joker in this episode. That episode was another one of my favorites, man. I love that episode as well. We get another episode with Firefly. He's in here as well. That was a phenomenal episode as well, man. Yeah, all the way they differentiate and create different characters. Like Clayface was probably my all-time favorite episode, though. The Clayface episode was probably my favorite one. That episode was absolutely spectacular, man. Clayface, he's always popping up, man. You gotta remember his episode in the anime series was also a massive fan favorite for a lot. There was also some really good animation in that episode as well, man. But yeah, I love the way they differentiate different types of how they differentiate the villains in this series compared to how we typically see them. I like the different ways they went in showing off these characters, man. And I just like how overall ground the show was. Like, if you're someone that definitely that really loved and enjoyed the episodes of the anime shows that focus more on just crime bosses and stuff, like Falcone and other stuff, and more grounded episodes, rather than episodes focusing on like Two-Face, Joker, Poison Ivy, all that jazz, man. You will love Cape Crusader, man. This show was fucking fantastic, and I like that we did focus more on it was a more grounded take of Batman, focusing more on the crime side of Gotham rather than all the massive supervillains. But also having a nice balance between the two as the show progressed on, where we obviously got more supervillains in there as well, man. But yeah, man, this show was fantastic. I also loved Catwoman's maid. She is hilarious, man. She reminded me a lot of Jeffrey from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Shout out to my Fresh Prince fans out there, man. She was hilarious, man, in the Catwoman episode. But yeah, man, I think that's about everything I can talk without getting into spoilers for the show, man. And yeah, this show was amazing. Obviously, I highly recommend it for any Batman fans, for any Batman animated series fans. If you are someone that definitely prefers your Batman or wish there was more Batman that was more just focused on criminals rather than, you know, all the supervillains and such, you will love Batman Cape Crusader. And I pray to God this gets a second season, man, because I need more of this show. I need more of this show, man. But anyway, guys, overall, I give season 1, I can't fucking speak today, a 9 out of 10, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on my socials if you feel like it. Links are across below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.